going to start this afternoon with an interesting presentation on the next wave of IT innovation. So if you could, we're going to get down to business just as fast as we can right here. Help me welcome the Senior Director of Business Development at EMEA App Direct, Mr. Roger Gosine.
CeBIT Global Conferences.
I'd say that.
I come on?
How are you?
Hello, very good, thank you.
Did they send you on that side? Yeah, we're doing it from this side this afternoon.
Great, thank you very much. Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Great to be here at CeBIT 2015. I hope you're enjoying your CeBIT experience. I'm here to talk about the next wave of IT innovation. And just to give you a little bit of background, I've been here before, and 3 years ago, I launched the award-winning cloud business marketplace for Deutsche Telekom. And sorry about the photograph. Hope there are no young children in the audience. And basically, back then, we thought the cloud was going to be absolutely huge. And guess what? It was, and it is, and it continues to be. And what I want to really talk to you about is how that's going to evolve over the next few years and that next wave, because it really is a fundamental shift. So if we look at the market development, if you study IDC, what they say is that in 2013, there's about 45 billion of cloud service revenues. In 2014, that goes up to 56 billion. In 2018, there's an absolutely huge $127 billion of revenue globally in cloud services. So what does that mean? To put it into a context, that's a compound annual growth rate of 23%, which is massive, compared to the IT industry in general of only just 6%, or 6 times the IT industry in general. And where is that money going? Well, most of it is going into software as a service, and then the remainder is going into platform and infrastructure. So the classic cloud service categories. The interesting thing also is that the number of developers is due to triple over the next few years, and that's going to lead to a 10 times increase in the number of services, a 10 times increase. So you can see that this trend continues. Not only was it big back then, but it continues to be big, and it continues to grow at an almost exponential rate. So what is cloud service commerce then? So we talked about cloud services. What's commerce all about? Well, previously, all of these services were platform, infrastructure, software as a service, were relatively siloed and relatively isolated. What we're seeing now is that those services are coming together in a mutually beneficial ecosystem. And as they do that, then on the one side, you've got the developers that are creating this software. You've got the distributors in the middle who are selling the software. And then you've got the customers at the end that are obviously using the software and getting the benefits. So what do we need to make this new world, to be successful in this new cloud service commerce world? Well, there's a number of fundamental principles that we strongly believe in. Firstly, you need to be agnostic and agile. And that means that cloud services shouldn't be tied to a single OS or a single device. You need flexibility to deal with multiple players in the market. It needs to be open and extensible. So by that we mean you need to be able to attach a service that's actually running on a completely different underlying infrastructure to your cloud. And thirdly, or last but not least, is accessible and versatile. Again, this is an ecosystem play. We're talking about thousands and thousands of players together. So you need flexibility in your business model, in your platform, and for the ecosystem to thrive. So let's just take one example of cloud service-powered Internet of Things, as I would call it. So if you look at Internet of Things, IDC is predicting that by 2020 there will be 28 billion connected devices globally. 28 billion. And you might say, well, what's that got to do with me? I don't create apps for cars, or I don't write apps, I'm not in the software business. Well, we would say, actually, the reality is today, already, Internet of Things has penetrated enterprises by about 10% already. And we actually think that that's due to skyrocket. And the reason it's going to skyrocket is that there is another prediction that says by 2025, those businesses that largely adopt Internet of Things will be about 10% more profitable than those that don't. 10% more profitable. So it's really, really important, and it's really, really clear that this is, in one example here, this strategy, the strategy of engaging with cloud is fundamental fundamentally to business. So where does that leave us? So if we clearly, cloud services are impacting businesses, developers, and consumers globally. There's no question about that. For end users, of course, they're getting the benefit, the businesses are getting the benefit of applications that they just wouldn't have had access to other than in an enterprise 10 years ago. For businesses, what's really critical is that they need to adopt their strategy, their business strategy to this new cloud world. We talked about Internet of Things before, but cloud services, cloud-powered services are relevant to financial, to healthcare, to manufacturing, to IT, to retail. And they need to really rethink that strategy and engage in this world. Now, the good thing is, the providers, the existing providers of service today in all those different verticals actually have a very strong advantage. And that advantage is that something like 84% of customers actually want to buy their services from an existing trusted provider. 63% want to buy their cloud services from a single provider. So again, the opportunity is absolutely huge for providers who engage with cloud services, who adapt the right behavior and integrate cloud service or cloud service commerce into their strategy. Okay, so, and finally, so where does that leave us? What I would say is that it's really, really fundamentally important that businesses look for flexibility, as I said before. You need to be able to not be tied to a single technology, not be tied to a single operating system. You need agility, you need speed in your partner, in your platform. And also, going right the way back to the beginning, you need to look for the right technology, but you also need to look for partners and engage with them in an ecosystem-enabled world where the future is fundamentally different. And so find the right partner, adapt your business strategy, engage cloud services, take them to market, and enjoy the next wave of IT innovation. Thank you.